Joe Perry making his 6th appearance in the Masters, but he's never won a match in the tournament. Hasn't played in the event for 4 years, and on that occasion he lost 6-0 to Ryan Day. But of course this is a new venue, so maybe that might spark him into life. He's had a pretty good season, just crept in at number 15 in the world, so real bonus for him to be back in the Masters again. Mike Allett alongside me this evening. That was some start, wasn't it, from Stephen?
Unbelievable. It just shows you the importance of the safety at this level. You know, we talk about the break-off shots, but a little bit careless from Joe there. We saw that catching that yellow, and that was it. Red was in, frame over. So he knows that Stephen's playing very well. He's got to be very careful here. You can see the determination in the face of the Scotsman.
And also the head-to-head certainly does favour Maguire. 9-2 in his favour, although Perry did beat him in the quarter-finals of the World Championship 6 years ago.
Well, all the matches we've had so far have been in the top half of the draw. This is in the bottom half of the draw, actually. The winner of this match will play either Neil Robertson or Mark Allen. It's a great lineup. We've had some drama already, and the tournament's only 2 days old. Well, 2 and a bit. No, 2 days. What am I saying? Thinking it's Tuesday. It's Monday.
Ah, double kiss. Last thing he wanted.
So, a chance then for Joe to get his hand on the table, get some points on that board, find some rhythm.
Yes, as I say, he never won a match in the tournament, but he's never played at this venue before. Conference Centre, well, this was the double kiss again from Maguire. Conference Centre was pretty forbidding. Wembley Arena was a big place as well. The Ali Pali's a big place, but they brought it in to make a nice intimate environment to play in. And Perry's had a good season. It was a morale boost for him to get 15th spot in the rankings and get his place here. So he's got every reason to be confident. In fact, he's just won last week one of the groups of the Championship League, so he comes here with a bit of form under his belt.
And he's lost the white there, though.
9.
I'm not sure whether you can see anything. It's got too much backspin on the cue ball. We've said how responsive this cloth is. You might be able to see the edge of the pink. I suppose he could push the well, if he pushes the white to the side cushion, he might leave the red on that's near the pink. So I think he's coming off 2 cushions here to try and hit the black. Oh, he's thinking about it. Yes, remember the conference centre, David. Just under 3,000 people. It's fabulous. I think this is what's it, the 1100 seater, I think, in here.
Well, I can tell you exactly because I asked Martin Clark, the tournament director, and he said it's 1497.
Ah.
As I pointed out, surely they could have got another 3 seats in to round it up to 1,500. But anyway, that's the capacity, 1,497.
Oh, you've got 2 down there. You can get one to Paul Collier, it'll be all right. Joe a little bit unlucky there. A good safety though. Best of 11s, of course, and it's all about trying to use the early parts of these matches just to settle down. Stephen Maguire didn't need much time to settle down. That was a wonderful century in the opening frame.
Tough character is Stephen.
I mean, sometimes, he does wear his heart on his sleeve, doesn't he? And he does get on his own case sometimes. But I mean, off the table, you couldn't wish to meet a nicer guy. But he's so competitive. Oh. He found the plant. He had a look at it. Now then, has he been lucky? He's got the brown to the middle. It deserves something.
Well, I told you he was pumped up. Really took the bull by the horns with this one.
Well, where's that come from? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's a 6-ball plant. Unbelievable.
Must pop this as well, though. Well, he's really fired up this evening, isn't he? He's a great front runner, Maguire. The only problem we've seen in various tournaments down the years, if one little thing goes wrong, sometimes it can affect his entire mental outlook. But at the moment, things are going right.
6.
Be defending his Welsh Open title next month in Newport. World number 5, so he's had a good couple of years.
I suppose you can't legislate for a 6-ball plant in the middle of the pack. You know, Joe's sitting there in his chair thinking, well, I've played a reasonable safety there. And then bang, it could be frame over. Certainly committed himself to that plant.
13.
Might win him the frame.
14.
Practices a great deal, of course, with John Higgins, who won last night 6-2 against Stuart Bingham in the other half of the draw.
Well, you couldn't get two tougher guys than that, could you?
No, two very tough Scots. But I can tell you, for the first time ever in the Masters, and this is the 40th year of the Masters, no Welshman. First time ever. Apart from the referee here,
22.
Paul Collier.
Well, Ricky Walden lives on the outskirts, but he's an Englishman.
He's the nearest. Yes, Terry Griffiths was lamenting the fact in the media room earlier.
Well, that's nice. I don't think he played on that one, but he's dropped
29.
on it. This is a great start here for Stephen Maguire. This could be 2-0 in a few minutes' time. I know he's only got a 21-point lead, but just look at the Reds. Waiting to be potted. And of course, as always in these sort of situations, it's just don't get careless. Keep control of the cue ball.
That's the point I was making earlier. If something went wrong now unexpectedly, that could just change his whole outlook.
37.
At the moment, he's really keyed up. Which is fine, as long as things are going all right.
38.
Well, let's not forget yesterday, the defending champion, Mark Selby, raced into a 4-0 lead. He led 5-2. He was pegged back to 5-all by Mark Davis. Just and then sort of fell over the line in the end.
$45. $46.
Well, he's hit the ground running here. Really in the mood.
$53.
This really is a wonderful tournament. The best of the best to hit. Massive money, great prestige. Not far away from making it 2-0.
60. 61.
Well, maybe he's got a restaurant booked for 9 o'clock. Maybe that's the answer. He's come out the blocks so strongly here. Remember, this started with that terrific 6-ball plant he picked out. So this red, and it should be 2-0.
67.
And poor old Joe Perry can't do much about this, really. Just sitting on Maguire. He's got to think that this frame has gone also.
68.
Well, it has now.
Well, he seemed to have played an all right safety, but as I say, Maguire dug that plant out. Could well be back-to-back centuries.
73. 74.
The other thing as well, of course, David, as you already mentioned, he's aware that Joe Perry won last week, Condon Park, so he's got himself pumped up for this, hasn't he? He knows that Joe's playing well, so he's brought his A game.
That's right, they're only best of fives there, but in the semi-finals, Perry beat Neil Robertson, and in the final, he beat Judd Trump. So, I mean, they're two good wins.
80.
I just wonder whether he might try and screw into the yellow here, and leave himself on the final red. He can try and push the yellow over the corner, develop it. Doesn't have to, but it would be a bonus. Oh, he's took his eye off the pink.
Well, it's a shame for him that it's not another century, but it was a terrific six-ball plant that launched that 80 break. And, well, Stephen Maguire already, after just 23.5 minutes playing time, he's leading 2-0. First to 6 reaches the quarter-finals. Maguire on top here at the Ali Pali.